Hi, welcome to GrandmaCanDoThis. We're doing some seated and standing exercises for you today. Remember to check with your doctor or provider before starting a new exercise routine. Take breaks when you need to. Press pause. Do this as you can. This is about you bettering yourself, not getting better in one day, but over a course of time. Very good. Let's get at her. We're going to start with a little bit of a twist here. Good. I'm going to kind of just reach my arms up. I'm not trying to go too fast, but I'm just reaching and turning here. Good. You'll need a couple of water bottles and like an old shoe, a yoga block, a book, could be really anything. We're not even going to use it for anything crazy. We're just going to move our foot over it. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple of marches here. I'm going to hold the counter. Okay, so we're going to get right into her today here. So I'm going to set this yoga block onto my right side. We'll do both legs for you. Hey, so we're just going to lift our leg over and back. We're thinking about pulling our knee up and not going too fast and being deliberate. Try not to slam your foot into the floor. It's just about a touch. Oh, try to get over the whole block too. Good. We're just moving our knee up and over. Again, nothing too crazy. I know that your foot's moving, and just think about your toes touching the ground and then lifting back off. That's why it's just an object. We don't need nothing crazy. One more. Bam. Good. Good. I'm going to move it over to the old left side here for us. Scooting around. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold the counter. I'm going to brace my core, try to keep my chest upright, and I'm really thinking about just moving my knee up. You should feel it in your hip as you do this, and we're just tapping over. Again, nothing too crazy. It could be any object that you could get. It could be a towel. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. This is pretty challenging. You could do this anywhere. Give her an old try for me. Good. Very good. We're doing great things. Just lifting that leg up and over. Good. Up and over. Doing a couple of more. Again, nothing too crazy. One. Boom. I'm going to set that aside for the next round. Boom. We're going to get over here. Whew, skirts. They really ride up. I'm going to try to not hold the counter. If you need to for the next one, that's okay. We're going to think about our feet being on the ground the entire time, if that makes any sense. All of them, toes to base there. And we're just going to open and close our knees, just like this. Try to rotate it through your pelvis, through this bone here. You don't have to go too fast. It's not about that. Think about your knees kind of going around a windshield wiper effect there, because they don't go straight. They're kind of curved. There's two kind of curves to it. It's kind of like that right there. Good. We're just opening and closing. Nothing too crazy. Good. Very good. Boom. Let it go for a second. I'm gonna get a little sip, and we'll keep going. Hey, very good. So next one, real simple. We're gonna stay seated. I'm just thinking about pressing the base of my palms into the tops of my thighs, causing muscles on the front of my body to contract. So I'm just pushing down, feeling the tension, and releasing. We're gonna do this 6, 7 times. Pushing down. You should feel it in your chest, in the front of your abs, maybe in the tops of your thighs. Don't push down too hard, especially knee problems. We're not pushing into our knee. We're just causing tension on the front of our body, if that makes any sense. Good. Doing a couple of more. Lost count. Bam. One more. One more. Boom. There we go. And we're going to move this bucket out of the way and stand up if you need to, if you want to, hey. We're going to, oh man, this wig just keeps getting itchier and itchier. So we're just going to think about doing heel lifts, but then slightly raising our arms at the same time, if that makes any sense. We'll do a brief pause at the top. If you only can use one hand, definitely only use one hand at this time. It's about getting better over a course of time. So we're going to the heel lifts, raise my hands. I'm going to try to go a little slower. There we go. Good. Just let my arms float up. Try not to rock back on my heels, but through exercise programs that we've done in the past, we know that that's part of a movement, but we're trying to control our body today. Good. Good. And maybe you can only get up to here the first time. That's okay. We're going to do one more. Maybe you got to hold the counter. That's okay. It's about starting. Kind of feel that in the caverinos there. Hey. So we're going to hold the counter here. I'm going to stand facing, I'll try stand facing this way. Hold the counter. We're just going to back step and touch. We're not going to lean forward to step back. We're going to use our glutes to step back. Hold the counter if you need to. This is this is absolutely about balance. But at the same time, we don't need to be standing to do this like that. We can absolutely hold the counter and practice the movement. There's nothing wrong with that. Good. Couple of more. Nothing too crazy for you today. Cold as bejesus out there. Good. Good. One more on this one. Bam. There we go. Gonna get a little sipperino. Okay, again for the next one, hold the counter if you need to. We're just gonna weight shift and hold for a few seconds, and then weight shift and hold. We're just holding our body up as much as we can for a brief second on one leg. Hold the counter, absolutely. You could hold two objects if you need to. That's okay. This is about just putting the weight on one of the hips and one of the legs. Getting your body used to it with the core so that we can continue to walk. It's where we want to be, correct? Walking around. Good. One more. Wham. Very good. We're doing great things. This is where the trusty water bottles come into play. Hopefully, not open ones for you. But that's okay if they are. Just try not to get water everywhere. So we're just going to hold our hands in alignment here. We're not going to hold the water bottle like that. We're going to hold it like this, and we're just going to squeeze our hands, and then we're going to let go. And we're going to squeeze our hands, and then we're going to let go. We're going to squeeze our thumbs too, folks. Squeezing our fingers and our thumbs. I'm pretty sure I said fingers right there. I meant fingers. Squeezing our fingers and our thumbs. Good. Squeezing and releasing. That's all. Nothing too crazy. Should feel this in your forearms and in your hands, just from holding objects. One more. One more. Bam. There we go. That's one round, folks. One more to go for us. Congratulations. I'm going to get a little sip and then we'll get right into the second round for you. This is where the chairs and the object on the ground come back into play for you. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to hold the counter, push that out a little bit, and I'm just lifting my leg over, thinking about my knee going up and touching on the opposite side of the object. Could be a yoga block, could be a book, could be a shoe, could be a dog, could be a cat, could be whatever it wants to be. You don't even have to use anything. We're just lifting our knee up and over this block. Again, nothing too crazy. Should just feel real good and kind of strugglish at the same time. Good. One more. Bam. Scoot the yoga block over or the shoe over. Again, you could probably take your shoes off and do this if you're in a chair, comfy if you're home. Okay, so I'm just lifting my knee up and touching my toe down. Good. We're just lifting my knee up, touching my toe down. Nothing too crazy. Thinking about pulling my knee up, and when I feel my toes, it's just like eggshells, and I just go away again. Bam, bam, bam. We don't want to break the eggshells. So we want to be very gently, like a baby sleeping. Good. One, one, one. Let's get that out of here, because that is just challenging. Okay, so we're gonna we're just going to sit with our feet planted on the ground. Remember, our heels and our toes remain on the ground. And we're just opening and closing our knees through this arced motion there in our mind, if that makes any sense. It does go like this, goes like that. It's a couple of different random motions there. Maybe your hips can do different things. I don't know. Pretty sure that was my floor making that sound, not my legs, just so you know. Good. Couple of more. Yeah, they work. Very good. Gonna get a little bit of a sipperino here. Okay, so we're gonna take the base of our palms and we're just gonna push them down into our thighs and feel the front of our chest and our abs and just pushing down. Try not to bend my elbows. Don't push too much on the shoulders if they hurt, but this should be good for them as well. We're not extending, we're putting tension so the muscles are being used. We're doing good things here. Very good. Couple of more. Pushing down, holding, and releasing. One more. Push, hold, release. Good. Okay, so we'll stand up if you can. You could still do the next one seated if you need to. You could still raise your heels up and lift your arms up and from a seated position. So that's all we're going to do is we're going to raise our arms up and our toes. Good, and let them go down. We're going to kind of think about them floating. It's not like a raise. It's more like just a float and then a descent. Up, hold, down. You're doing great things this morning, this afternoon, really whenever you're watching this. Good. One more. Up and down. Excellent. Excellent. Just itches. Okay, so we're going to stand holding our counter if we need to. And we're just stepping backwards. I'll do it forward for you this time. Just toe touching the back and then going. Not pushing in, not waiting too long. Just a definite step back and a toe touch down. Again, nothing too crazy this morning. These are simple exercises that could be done in hotels, all over the place. Good. Just toe tapping backwards. Good. One more on each. Bam. Very good. Very good. Almost there, folks. You're doing excellent. Excellent job. So we're going to do the weight shift with a hold. So I'm just holding and then I'm going. Try not to hold the counter, but if you need to, that's okay. Just holding and going. Great job. You're doing better. Should be doing better. You're doing better things. Good. Couple of more. Great job. Let's go. Good. One more on each, folks. Bam. There we go. Good. Good. One more. One will get you out the door. Our trusty water bottles here. We're going to hold our hands and we're going to squeeze. And then we're going to release. Then we're going to squeeze. And then we're going to release. And we're going to squeeze. And then we're going to release. We're doing great things. Squeeze. Release. One more time. Squeeze. And release. Good. Let's do our trusty hamstring stretch. I kick my heel forward, keep my chin and my chest up, push my tuchus back. Everything there. Feeling it on the hammy. I'm going to put my other heel forward, keep my chin and my chest up, push my tuchus back. Good. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next